Hello, and welcome to Slow English Podcast. I am very happy that you are here today. Thank you for listening. This podcast is for English learners. Please relax. Take a deep breath. Listen slowly. You do not need to understand every word. Just listen. Your English will become better every day. Today's story is called A Day Without My Phone. Many people use their phones every day. We use our phones to call people. We send messages. We watch videos. We listen to music. We read the news. Sometimes we spend many hours on our phones. But what happens when we do not have a phone? Let's find out. One Saturday morning, I woke up at 7 o'clock. I opened my eyes slowly. The room was quiet. The sun was shining through my window. I could hear birds singing outside. It was a beautiful morning. I smiled. I felt happy because it was the weekend. I did not have to go to work. I did not have to hurry. I stretched my arms. Then I got out of bed. The first thing I wanted to do was check my phone. I wanted to see if my friends had sent me any messages. I wanted to check the weather. I also wanted to listen to my favorite music. I looked on my bed. My phone was not there. I looked under my pillow. Nothing. I looked on my desk. Nothing. I looked under the bed. Nothing again. I started to feel a little worried. Where is my phone? I asked myself. I walked to the kitchen. Maybe I left it there last night. I looked on the table. I looked on the chair. I looked next to the coffee machine. No phone. Then I opened my bag. I always put important things in my bag. I found my wallet. I found my keys. I found a notebook. I found a pen. But I did not find my phone. Now I felt more worried. I tried to remember yesterday. After work, I went to a supermarket. I bought some fruit, bread, milk, and eggs. Then I came home. I made dinner. After dinner, I watched a movie. I remembered using my phone for a few minutes. But where did I put it after that? I could not remember. I wanted to call my best friend. Maybe she could help me. Then I laughed. I could not call anyone because I did not have my phone. For a moment, I felt nervous. What should I do now? I thought. Then I looked out of the window. The sky was blue. The trees were moving in the wind. Everything looked peaceful. I decided to stay calm. I walked into the kitchen. I made myself a cup of coffee. The smell of fresh coffee filled the room. I liked that smell. It made me feel relaxed. I sat near the window. I drank my coffee slowly. Usually I drink coffee while looking at my phone. I read the news. I watch short videos. Sometimes I answer messages. But today was different. There was no phone. At first it felt strange. I did not know what to do, so I simply looked outside. I watched people walking in the street. A little girl was holding her mother's hand. A man was walking his dog. Two friends were laughing together. An old woman was carrying flowers. I watched them for a long time. It was interesting. I noticed many small things. I noticed the colors of the flowers. I noticed the sound of the birds. I noticed the warm sunshine. Usually I do not notice these things. Usually I look at my phone. After I finished my coffee, I washed my cup. Then I cleaned my room. I made my bed. I folded my clothes. I opened the window to let fresh air come inside. My room looked clean. It also felt brighter. I smiled again. Maybe this day would not be so bad after all. Around 9 o'clock, I decided to go for a walk. I put on my shoes. I took my house keys. For 1 second, I looked for my phone again. Then I remembered. I still could not find it. I closed the door and started walking. The morning air was cool and fresh. The streets were quiet. Some shops were opening. People smiled at each other. A baker was putting fresh bread in his shop. The smell of warm bread filled the street. It smelled wonderful. I felt hungry. So I decided to buy a small loaf of bread. The baker smiled and said, "Good morning." I smiled back. "Good morning," I answered. Sometimes, a simple smile can make your day better. I continued my walk. I walked slowly because I had nowhere to hurry. For the first time in a long time, I was not thinking about my phone. I was thinking about the beautiful morning, and it felt really nice.